Our next guest now challenging a state law in Colorado, an anti-discrimination law at the U.S. Supreme Court. The court heard oral arguments yesterday in the case involving religious rights and gay rights. Lorie Smith is a website designer. She joins us now with the attorney, Kristen Waggoner of Alliance Defending Freedom. And ladies, good morning to both of you. Lorie, just explain to us, if we could, in shorthand here, what you were presented with and what decision you made for your website.
Well, I want to design custom, unique artwork and create and design custom artwork for weddings. But I can't do that because Colorado is censoring and compelling my speech and forcing me to create and celebrate messages through my artwork that go against the core of who I am. So at stake in my case is the right for all to speak freely. Not just myself, but every American should be free to create artwork consistent with their deeply held beliefs.
Okay, so you're saying as a private employer, you should not be compelled to adhere to others' beliefs in terms of sexual discrimination. I mean, that's essentially what you're saying, correct?
What Colorado is saying is that if I create consistent with my beliefs, that I have to set aside those beliefs and communicate artwork, messaging that celebrates a message of marriage that goes against the core of who I am. I serve clients from all different walks of life, including those who identify as LGBT, but I cannot create every message that's requested of me through my business. I can't create for some messages no matter who requests them.
No, I saw your attorney shaking her head no. Kristen, we'll give you a chance to answer that, but I thought some of the questions in the back and forth were fascinating. Here was a sample of that from yesterday. Listen here.
Their view of what is being depicted is that a scene with Santa and a child on the lap and all of that in sepia tone, trying to harken back to the good old days, should only have white children in it. That's their firm belief. They are not willing to take photographs of Black, Hispanic, Asian children on Santa's lap. Why is that any different than a situation like this?
If there's a Black Santa at the other end of the mall and he doesn't want to have his picture taken with a child who's dressed up in a Ku Klux Klan outfit, that Black Santa has to do that?
So this went on and on with many examples from all the justices. You were shaking your head no in disagreement, and I was asking Kristen that question, or Lorie that question. Kristen, how come?
This is about speech, first of all, and Lorie serves all people, including her LGBT clients. As the justices said just yesterday, several of them, it's about what the message is, not who the person is. So Lorie's creating custom graphics, custom words and messages, and no matter how the court rules in her case, discrimination, refusing to serve someone because of who they are, is still illegal. That doesn't change. So I think those hypos were a bit of a distraction.
Okay, there was a case out of Colorado 4 years ago that dealt with a baker, and that was settled. Does that case still apply here?
Well, I had the privilege of arguing that case, and 24 days later, Colorado came after that baker again, the cake artist Jack Phillips, and he's still in litigation 10 years later, asking to again have to design a cake that has a clear message. And so, again, this is about the rights of all Americans, those who oppose same-sex marriage, but those who don't want to express something that would criticize same-sex marriage. Or we can think of a Black cross sculptor who may not want to create a custom cross for an Aryan church. We all should have that freedom not to express a message.
Kristen, can a gay couple be told no just as you cannot tell a minority couple under the similar scenario?
The same standard applies to both. If an artist is not serving a protected class and not creating messages for them, that's status discrimination. But if instead they're saying, we object to this particular message that you're asking us to create, and the message is actually in the speech, we all want the freedom to tell the government they can't censor or compel speech.
It's a fascinating case here. Lorie Smith, thank you. Kristen Waggoner, we're waiting for a decision. Probably won't get it until late June, and we'll bring you back probably at that time, win or lose. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Okay.